everyone, welcome back to Beautiful Sanctuary Podcast channel. My name is Vonnie. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Friday morning, noon, or night? I am posting the 2 days that I am posting out of the week, which is now figured out by me, which is Monday and Friday. I will be posting twice on those days. So this is the second video for today, which is Friday. And then Monday I will be posting 2 videos. And then Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday, will be just a journaling prompt that we can all do on the weekend to kind of see where we are mentally before we start a new week. So we don't want to take any negative thoughts or emotions from this week into a whole brand new week. So yeah, let's get into today's topic, which is you don't need to prove your worth to anyone. You do not need to seek validation from anybody, not from friends, not from family, not from co-workers, not from bosses, not from managers. Those people cannot determine who you are as a person. Their validation for who you are does not make up who you are. Who they think that you are cannot set the tone to the stage for who you are as a person. The only person who can validate just who you are is you. And the moment that you start to seek out validations from everybody else, you need to keep doing for them and putting yourself last every single time just to have that validation from them. It's like you are stripping pieces of yourself away. You start to lose your own identity because you're too busy trying to please others so that they validate you. And you don't need to do that. And with, like I say in most videos that I have, I should be saying it in all the videos that I do, but this is not just for y'all's ears, just y'all. This is for mine as well, because in past situations we look back and be like, oh, why did I do that? I have those a lot, but I try not to be regretful for the things that I've done in the past, because it helped me and built me to become the person I am today. So I have also shouldn't have but sought out validations from others, and those pieces of me that were stripped away trying to please friendships, family, bosses, managers, everybody but myself. It's harder to get those things back, to get back to self-identifying your own self, and you have to reprogram yourself to find out who you are, due to who you lost trying to seek out validations from others. Your value doesn't depend on someone else's approval of you. No one's approval of what you do or what you say. You don't need anybody's approval to do any of those things. Everybody has something called free will. What you do with your free will, despite who approves of it or who does not, should not make you, change how you feel or see things in your own personal daily life. And then you don't have to convince people to choose you. You don't have to convince people to value you. If you have to, whether it's friendship, doesn't matter what aspect it's in, if you have to convince and pressure people to be like, oh no, I'm not like this, I'm not like that, then you don't need to be around that person, because they have put you in a spot, in a predicament, in a situation to try to prove yourself right in their eyes. Like with me, I've always been a type of person, I don't care how people see me. I really don't. I understand that not everybody is going to like or agree with what you do or what you say, where you go and how you go about it. Not everybody's going to be rooting for you. Not everybody's going to be by your side. Not everybody's going to be 10 toes down. And sometimes the people that you think that's for you and is 10 toes down, sometimes you have to be a watchful eye on them too. you know, but that's neither here nor there. That's for a whole other video. Yeah, but you don't have to convince people to choose you. It says, if someone constantly makes you question where you stand, you don't have to work harder for their attention. If you find yourself having to work harder for anybody's attention in any circumstance of your life, no matter who it may be, pull yourself away from doing that. Because that also, if you have to constantly question and constantly do and constantly work harder to gain people's attention, then that also slowly ease into trying to please people. And you can't please people. Somebody might say you need to do this, and you do it. And then they'll find something else to critique about you. You have to live this life to the fullest for you, not through the eyes of nobody else, because nobody else is walking this walk and talking this talk. Nobody is walking your path or can ever walk your path but you. So, and as far as relationship goes, healthy relationships shouldn't require you to beg for basic respect. If you find yourself having to, in a relationship or anywhere, if you find yourself having to beg for someone's attention, someone's love, someone's understanding, you don't need to be around that person. Because the way they will want you to understand them in all aspects of any relationship, friendship, job wise, they shouldn't force that out of you or anything like that. Anytime when something is forced in any type of way, needs to be cut off in the quickness. Because when you find yourself trying to do for others, you lose more and more and more of yourself. And then once you're detached from that person, it becomes almost like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You're trying to find yourself in mounds and mounds of just trying to understand who that person was, and trying to understand people and things like that. If it's forced, the more you lose of yourself. And that's basically what it all is you not losing yourself in the validations of others based on you. And a lot of times that's easier said than done, depending on what your circumstance or what your situation is, or what environmental and what type of people that you're around. And a lot of times when you kind of have to watch everybody, because these days you don't know what anybody's motives, like their true motives are towards you. So like when you find somebody, or when you know somebody that's genuine in what they do and what they say, then you will start to see where people are and where they stand with you. And if they're looking for forced validation, any validation, forced validation, anything like that is a no-go. And these are just some deeper questions just to ask ourselves. Who are you when you aren't trying to impress anyone? Who are you when you are just living in the moment, or just trying to get to the next step in the next phase in your life personally? Who were you when you aren't trying to impress anyone? And you can answer these in the comment sections down below. When did you learn that you had to earn love? Where did you learn you had to earn love? Who told you that you have to earn love from anybody? Love is not something that's earned, and it's not something that should be given out easily. Your love should not be accessible to everybody. Because if your love is accessible to everybody, and you just let anybody experience it, then that means that you're not showing that love within yourself first. And the next question is, how often do you say yes because you're afraid someone will be disappointed in you? And I know that question a lot of people can answer that's often. Especially a lot of cultures, I'm not going to say just African American cultures, a lot of cultures, we find ourselves saying no, because when you are looking to withstand people's validations of you, and you start to lose yourself when you're trying to seek out their validations for you, you start to lose yourself. And the more you lose yourself, you start to people please. When you often say yes because you're afraid of disappointing someone, it's because you've grown so used to pleasing them, and to make sure that they're okay. And it's to the point where you're like neglecting your own self, because just for the simple fact that they don't know how to hear and cope with the word no. So you've people pleased over the years to where you can't tell this person no, because you've lost yourself in that validation that they had for you concerning them. So yeah, that is something that me personally, I have worked on, and I am still currently working on as we speak. A lot of things in this life is a lot easier said than done. A lot easier said than done. The next question is, what would you stop doing if you knew you didn't have to prove yourself? Me personally, if I didn't have to prove myself, I always go back to everything. I would do, like I said in the last video, I would do everything. If I knew that I didn't have to prove myself to anybody, I would do everything. I would do all the things that I put on the back burner. I would go to school to be a fashion designer. When I was in high school, the main thing I wanted to do, and I forgot what kind of college it was. I don't think it was a university, but it was this school that had fashion in it. My cousin took me on the inside. She took a bunch of the younger cousins to like different colleges to look on the inside to see what you like possibly wanted to do. And that was always what I wanted to do. But I let people's, I like shape that around people's words. And words of them telling me, oh, you can't do that, you need a plan B, and oh, that's not gonna really work, that's not gonna make you any money. So that, for me personally, got pushed all the way away, because I, once again, was afraid of telling people no, because I didn't want them to be disappointed in me. But I'm slowly getting back to doing the things that I love, because I love them. I don't care who doesn't like it, because y'all not doing it. I am. And at the end of the day, the only person that has to love what I think is enjoyable for me is me. Or what I say is enjoyable for me is me. Nobody has to do, or nobody has to go through the things that you love to do, except for you. Nobody has to work through it, push through it, but you. So that's what I'm getting to do and understand a lot as I grow physically and mentally and emotionally. Next question is, what would you stop doing if you knew? Oh, no, that was the other question. Scratch that. Are you trying to be understood by people who have already decided not to understand you? This puts me in a mind of I'm pretty sure everybody knows, but Jasmine's Garden, her, and then the 20 Christians, they had already put in their minds to not understand where she was coming from at all. And you cannot. I mean, you can go back and forth with people who don't understand you, but it will be very much so one-sided. And with me personally, since I'm not gonna go back and forth with anybody. If you feel how you feel, whatever way you feel about me, whatever you got to say, me personally, I don't care. I've never cared. I've just been that person who, if I don't let people words define who I am. So if you already have in your mind to not understand me, or to not to see, or not to understand me and where I'm coming from, I'm not going to waste my breath trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from, because you may not ever understand that, and that's fine. That's okay. At the end of the day, that's completely fine. You don't have to understand where I'm coming from. You don't have to get it. You don't gotta rock with it. It's completely fine. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. The last question is, what would it feel like to believe? What would it feel like to believe that What would it feel like to believe that you're already enough? What would it feel like to I was like, wait a minute. What would it feel like to believe that you're already enough? And for me, it took a lot to, when it came to like relationships, my friendships, I don't have that many friends. I have one good solid friend, and we've always been, you know, cool and straightforward with each other. But relationship wise have always been rocky for me. And I have always been the type of person to try to get people to understand that, oh, I'm a good person, or this is how I feel when it comes to this and that, to make them see that I am enough. But nobody has to fathom or understand that you're enough. You just have to know and understand within yourself that you're enough, whether the next person sees it or not. And I know that is also, as this stuff is easier said than done. It's easier to say that you're enough than to believe that you're enough. To say one thing is completely different from believing it within yourself. And with me, to the point, it took me giving the person I was with the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again, to be like, you know what? Just because this person doesn't see my worth does not mean that I cannot see my own worth. It took me years to see my own worth, but I got there. So yeah, that's today's second video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see y'all either, with today's Friday, so tomorrow Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday for the journaling prompt, where we can get our mental state of mind right to handle a whole nother week of great things. We're speaking nothing but great things every single week. No bad emotions, no bad feelings. Anybody that's trying to bring you down, don't let them. Don't let them. Because the moment you let somebody into your space to kind of wreck it for you, or just kind of like bring you down, they know what they're doing. But don't let them succeed in with them knowing what they're doing. Because if you let them succeed and you give them what they want, they're gonna continue to do what they do, to constantly bring you down. And while you pissed, they're happy. So don't give people that satisfaction. Okay? So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Like I said before, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss out on the videos that I do post. So I'll be posting a total of four times out of every single week. So yeah, be on the lookout for those. Thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Love y'all so much. Bye.